what is really important, as you mentioned, total conversion remained stable, proving that AI successfully identified who was ready to commit to a monthly gift.
Welcome to the Donor Experience Hub. Here at Fundraise Up, we run over 70 experiments every single year, analyzing hundreds of key metrics and indicators to help thousands of nonprofits optimize the donor experience and drive revenue and impact. Today, I'm thrilled to be sitting down with Rosita, one of our product marketers, who's going to give us a behind-the-scenes look at one of our experiments, and most importantly, what it means for you and your organization. Rosita, welcome.
Thanks, Brian. Happy to be here.
This experiment that we're going to dive into today focuses on one key decision point in the donor journey, and it's about when the donor decides how often to give, one time or recurring. So can you just, for context, share a little bit more with us about donation frequency optimization and how it relates to this test we ran?
Absolutely. So here's how it works. When a donor opens checkout, they are usually met with a default frequency, either one time or recurring. And historically, many nonprofits default to a one time gift to ensure high conversion. And we wanted to see if our AI model could intelligently predict which frequency to default to for each specific donor to maximize long term revenue.
That's great insight. You know, it's been very well researched that it's much more cost effective to retain a recurring giver as opposed to capturing the first time gift. So what did we actually test, Rosita?
Yeah, so the goal was pretty simple. It was to increase the number of recurring donations without scaring off one time donors, which ultimately raise average revenue per user, which is the metric that we look closely with every test that we run. And we ran this test for 26 days across more than 600,000 donor sessions,
Wow.
splitting them into two groups. One group was shown the standard frequency defaults, and the other group was shown frequencies chosen by our new smart default AI model.
Wow, 600,000 donor sessions. That's a pretty significant testing pool, and that's a serious sample size. So what did the results actually give us?
Yeah, exactly. So the results were a massive win for long term sustainability. First, the number of recurring donations increased by 27%. Average revenue per user, so over 4% lift. And what is really important, as you mentioned, total conversion remained stable, proving that AI successfully identified who was ready to commit to a monthly gift.
Wow, incredible. So I think the big takeaway that I'm digesting is, you know, on your donation page, in your donation checkout process as a part of the donor experience, you know, we no longer have to have a trade-off between choosing between a static one-time or recurring gift. You know, we can actually enable AI functionality to suggest the right donation frequency to the right donor at the right time. Amazing. Is this available now to nonprofits, Rosita?
Yes. We made this smart frequency logic available to all nonprofits using Fundraise Up, which makes easier than ever to grow recurring donor base automatically without nonprofit team doing anything on their side. It just works out of the box.
Amazing. And I think this is a big reason why Fundraise Up runs these 70 plus tests and experiments every year, because we want to take on the time and cost burden to help optimize the donation experience for all of the nonprofits that we work with. So amazing insights here in terms of how to create a stronger and larger sustaining donor base. And this experiment is actually live in our Donor Experience Hub. So you can go check this out and dig into all the results alongside every other test that we've run. And you can also see what we're learning, how it affects your fundraising. So go check it out. The link is in the comments. And we'll see you next time with the results from another experiment. Thanks, Rosita.
Thank you.